Wanted to make sure. Thank you, sir.
You want to share it at the last minute? You got shared days ago.
Mr. Lackey, go ahead and set up the co-host. I'm going to go ahead and test this slide presentation. Yeah, unless you want to run it, it's on you. Completely up to you.
Oh, Council President, you can run it. 1 second. Let me get you going here. You should have everything you need now.
Got it. Thank you.
Oh, I don't have control of that.
I think the mayor's got water in the conference room. Can we get some water for the judge? Oh, this guy right there. Thank you.
I don't take my keys until I close the door. Like, I haven't done.
How about Arteric?
Hey, Miss Square.
Arteric.
How are you?
I'm ready for some football.
Oh, really though, right? That's the football. Last minute quarterback. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. I think I haven't shaped it yet. You know what I'm saying?
You got that old school?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I feel like I need to be unapologetically black. Unapologetically. Yes. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. It sounds good to me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a 15-minute window. It's 7 o'clock now. I'm going to wait for Miss Martin. I would prefer not to start the meeting without her. So we'll wait a few minutes until she arrives.
wait that 15 minutes for me. Sure, she didn't wait that 15 minutes for me. We must start on time here. If I was running late, wouldn't you? Absolutely. We must start on time if I was running late. But there is a 15 minute. I was running late. If we want to have a 15-minute window, we should start on time.
Where's the rest?
Where you going, Anita?
Miss Manica?
Anita, where you going?
You only gave me the first part.
Yeah. No. We have a 15-minute window to you for Miss Martin. If it was my ass, it wouldn't be a 15-minute window. If I was running 15 minutes late, it wouldn't be a window for me. But there's a window for Miss Martin, though.
What's the rest? Where's the rest of it?
Oh, we're gonna do exactly what I'm doing tonight. Yes, I mean, no disrespect whatsoever, but I'm a grown man. Mhm. A 15-minute window, don't worry about it. You good to go. You can run to the store and come back. Yeah. You get some Skittles, some M&Ms, okay, some juicy fruits. Okay, some bonbons. You get quite a few things in 50 minutes. Hey, Reverend Lodge, how you doing?
Well, so,
Good to see you. Yes, sir.
good to see you all.
Likewise. Really? Yeah. Always a dog, you know? And I'm professional. I'm a problem. Walking by.
Evening, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to our in-person and virtual regular meeting scheduled for Monday, October 20th, 2025 at 7 p.m. Madam Deputy Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Councilman Ashafi,
Present.
Councilwoman Martin,
Here.
Councilwoman Manica,
Here.
Council Pro Tem Robinson,
Present.
Council President Thomas.
Here, thank you very much. Moving on to item 3, the approval of the agenda. Members of council, you had an opportunity to review the agenda. What's your pleasure on item 3, the approval of tonight's agenda?
I want to make I want to approve the agenda with amendments.
What would those amendments be?
I have a walk-on resolution.
Second.
Has this resolution been presented to the legal department?
Yes, I sent it to the legal department. Did the legal department get one? Yes, yes. Here you go. Here you go.
I have one. Thank you.
I passed it out. Yes. It is the walk-on resolution, publication of all ordinance for public access. Whereas the citizens of Highland Park have the right to know and understand the laws and the ordinance that they are governed by in the city where they live and work. Whereas the city of Highland Park recognizes that transparency and accountability are important and essential for public trust. Whereas many ordinances of the city, non-owner occupied properties, blight, special events, etc., do not have their full legal text readily available and are currently enforced through administrative process, through forms and applications, etc., which denies citizens access and understanding of the enforced rules and regulations. Whereas it is the duty of all city officials, including the mayor, to uphold the rights of citizens to ensure that ordinances are published and accessible. Whereas failure to publish ordinance publicly undermines the due process, creates confusion, and risks the unlawful enforcement of regulations leading to unnecessary lawsuits. Whereas the city of Highland Park has the affirmative responsibility to proactively provide full transparency in all matters of law and regulations so that the citizens of Highland Park can hold the many institutions of government and administration of the city accountable. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the City of Highland Park Council requests that all relevant city departments publish all city ordinance in full online, including ordinance currently enforced or scheduled for enforcement. 2, publication shall be done in a manner that is complete, searchable, printable, and clear, indexed by charter and section of the city's official website. 3, the city council explicitly asserts the rights of Highland Park citizens to know the full context of any ordinance before it is enforced against them, and any failure of city officials to comply will be noted in the public record as denial of transparency and violation of citizens' rights. And 4, this council urges all city officials to recognize that full publication of ordinances is a duty to the citizens, and that continual withholding of full ordinance text will be treated as an actionable failure of government accountability and a willful neglect of duty. Be it further resolved that the copy of this resolution be distributed to the mayor, city administrator, building department, community of economic development department, city clerk, the city council, and made available on the city website immediately so that the citizens can be informed of this demand of the transparency. I would like to walk this on today's agenda.
Thank you very much, ma'am. We have a motion on the floor made by Councilwoman Martin to accept tonight's agenda with the amendment of the resolution she just read into the record, supported by Councilman Ashafi.
Councilman Ashafi.
Duly noted.
Um,
Questions, concerns, or dissent?
Yeah. Council President, the amendment is for the presentation by the Third Circuit Court.
I beg your pardon?
I support it with amendments.
Yes, sir. And I said, beg your pardon. You said the amendment is about the Third Circuit Court?
Right, so the amendment is about the Third Circuit Court's, their presentation tonight. I feel it needs to be moved to after citizen participation, so the residents have an opportunity to ask some valid questions of this presentation.
So, Mr. Ashafi, this presentation was never designed for an open question and answer session. This was provided by Third Circuit Court to let the people in the community know what services they provide. That was never in the agreement. It hasn't been that for any other presentation at any other city.
I understand that, Council President, but this was sprung on us at the last minute. We were given no information until this very moment as to what this presentation is about. And the residents do have a right to ask questions of anything that comes on this agenda, including this presentation.
That is not correct, sir.
Where you have it right now, the residents have no right to ask questions or be concerned about what the presentation is about. We've just been given a pamphlet just a few minutes ago about what the presentation is about, but it was kept secret from the residents and from this council until this very moment.
Nothing was kept secret from you, sir?
Absolutely, definitely kept secret, because it should have been presented to us ahead of time, so we had an opportunity to voir dire it and question it and do some form of informal investigation on it.
So,
But
Mr.
that-
Ashafi, this
but
is a
that
presentation
opportunity wasn't
provided
given.
by the Third Judicial Circuit Court of Michigan to cities across our region. This is a common
What
procedure.
other cities has this been done in?
It was recently done in the city of Ecorse.
Ecorse.
Yeah, they're a city.
Really? So Ecorse is Highland Park, is what you're telling me.
Mr. Ashafi, the Third Circuit Court,
I'm just pointing out the fact that
it is
everything-
a city, sir. You asked where it was done. It was done in a city.
Everything was kept from us until the last minute. I just got this right now.
Okay. So
And
there's
you
a
want me
motion
to
on the
get
floor made for the approval of the agenda by
You want me to
Councilwoman
entertain
Martin,
it just based on the
supported
fact
by Councilman Ashafi.
of what
We will
got
take
right
the
now.
roll on the approval of tonight's agenda. Would you please, Madam Clerk?
Councilman Ashafi,
No,
Councilwoman Martin.
What are we voting on?
On the approval of the agenda that
No,
you
no,
made
I
a motion
got
for.
that. We're voting that we're adding this on,
Yes, ma'am. It sure is. It will be added under
And-
council affairs.
right? And then we're voting to move the Third Circuit Court presentation.
No, ma'am. The presentation is in the first 10 minutes of city council. This is a standard procedure. The judge is here as a courtesy to our city to present information
what
on
courtesy?
I beg your pardon.
What courtesy?
When a judge from the Third
What
Circuit
courtesy?
Court appears
You
in
give
your
this to
town
us
to
at the
provide,
last minute, no information whatsoever,
Okay.
and we supposed.
Councilwoman Martin,
Yes.
thank you.
Councilwoman Manica,
Yes.
Council Pro Tem Robinson,
No.
Council President Thomas.
Yes, thank you. Agenda is approved. Moving on to item 4, approval of the proposed minutes for the in-person and virtual regular meeting held on October 6, 2025. City Council, what's your pleasure?
That's it, we said.
I move to approve the proposed minutes from the in-person and virtual regular meeting, October 6, 2025.
Chair offers support. Questions, concerns, dissent? Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll on the approval of the proposed minutes?
Councilman Ashafi,
No,
Councilwoman Martin,
Yes.
Councilwoman Manica,
Yes.
Council Pro Tem Robinson,
No.
Council President Thomas.
Yes, motion carries. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are fortunate enough to have a judge from the Third Circuit Court here coming to share with the city of Highland Park the services that are provided by Third Circuit Court. It is my esteemed pleasure to introduce Judge Chandra Baker Robinson. Madam, if you would please come to the podium and I will pull your presentation up for you. It's our pleasure to have you.
Can you hear me?
Is that button green in front of you? Push it.
I think it is on there now. Yes. All right. Good evening. And first, I want to thank Council President Thomas, as well as the rest of the council members for allowing us to come in and present today. And I can indicate for the record, this is actually our third presentation across the county of Wayne. It has been done in Ecorse. I believe the other city was Canton. It is something that we decided to do as a part of community outreach, just to inform citizens about how jury services works. And that's really all there is. I actually do not have a problem taking questions, but that is clearly up to the council.
That's completely.
But yeah,
up to
I don't
you.
have any problem
Mhm.
taking questions. And my understanding as to the reason it might, maybe to answer council's question, things are not put on the docket ahead of time is for the safety of the judges. Because we may be places and people want to know where we are. And so that being the case, by us not doing that, people don't find out where our location is. So that would be the reason. But anyway, so I want to thank you all. I'm going to apologize in advance. I'm a little under the weather. I'm Benadryl, a little bit of sinus, but yes. All right. So we can begin. Why we're here is community outreach to communities throughout Wayne County. And you all can follow along with the pamphlets in case you cannot see the screen at the top. Emphasizing access to justice and providing education about our court, jury services, and more. Clearing up common misconceptions about Third Circuit Court. And we also support many annual events such as Adoption Day, Reunification Day, Law Day, and more. The Third Judicial Circuit Court and its Michigan impact that we are a trial court. We sit above the district courts, the probate, and the municipal courts. Decisions from our court are appealed to the Court of Appeals and also to the Michigan Supreme Court will be after the Court of Appeals. And I'm remiss in that I also did not recognize Mayor McDonald, who I also just met a few minutes ago as well. So thank you as well. Our court has 59 judges. We have 21 criminal judges, 19 civil judges, 11 family domestic, and 6 family juvenile, 2 probate court judges assigned to the Third Circuit Court. There are 24 referees, 468 total employees. Normal business hours are 8:30 to 4:30 Monday through Friday. We have 4 locations. The Coleman A. Young Center, which is down off of Jefferson. I'm sure you're all aware there, Jefferson and Woodward. Lincoln Hall of Justice, which is the juvenile court. The Criminal Justice Center, which is the new building off of 75 near Warren. We used to be downtown at Frank Murphy that closed a little over a year ago. And the Penobscot building, which is the Friend of the Court building. And our mission is to serve the community by providing accessible and equal justice for all. Our vision is to be exemplary and an innovative court leading into integrity, providing justice and public service. All right, commonly referred to as the Wayne County Circuit Court. Our jurisdiction covers all of Wayne County. So, and I believe there are 42 cities, I believe there are in Wayne County. We work in conjunction with the Wayne County Sheriff's Department, the Wayne County Clerk's Office, and the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office as well. One thing they didn't put on here is we also operate with Defense Counsel as well. So we have the publicly supported Defense Counsel, which is NDS. And then there are also private attorneys as well that are part of the defense bar. And so when we have meetings, we generally have them with both prosecution and the defense side as well. The divisions, civil lawsuits involving monetary damages above $25,000. That's at the KMAC, the Coleman A. Young building. Contract disputes, property matters, election matters. Those are all handled by the civil division. The criminal division is adult felonies bound over from local district courts and criminal appeals from the district courts. And then we have the family domestic, which is also in the Coleman A. Young building. That's divorce, child support, custody, parenting time, PPOs, emergency PPOs, basically, and friend of the court. Juvenile division is under 18, child protection, adoption, guardianship matters, and truancy. We have the busiest court in the entire state of Michigan. Third Circuit Court, as you see the numbers, 570 appeals and reviews, 18,338 civil cases, 7,127 criminal, 33,000 family, 268, and a total of 59,303. We are 12.8% total cases compared to 2023. Now we are increasing in our caseload. As far as felonies go, I am a part of the criminal bench. So I'm quite familiar with what happens on our bench. We do more felonies in Wayne County than all of the counties combined in the state of Michigan. So that's how much work we have at the Criminal Justice Center. Jury trials, 225,240 residents summoned for jury duty in 2024. The requirements to be a juror, 18 plus years old, U.S. citizen, a Wayne County resident, ability to communicate in English. Now, however, we do offer services for individuals who do not speak English. We just have to know ahead of time if they need an interpreter, and then we can order an interpreter. You will get a card. Usually when you are called for jury service, there is a sheet or questionnaire that you fill out. And it usually has to be turned in, I believe, within 10 days of you receiving it. And on that card, it will indicate if you need language interpretation. And so they will know ahead of time that you need an interpreter. Also, if you are 70 years and older, you are exempt from doing jury service. Physically and mentally able to serve, which usually means you can sit for approximately 2 to 3 hours at a time. You have not served within the jury within the last year, no felony record. And then the last page are the current jurors that are on the bench at this point in time. So that is the presentation. It's pretty quick, but if there are questions, I do not have problem taking any questions from the audience. It's up to you,
Right.
President Thomas.
It's very rare that they get a chance to speak with you. If you have questions, please go right ahead, man.
Hi. I
Hi.
wanted to ask about the adoption, because before COVID, you were open. Now you're not open, and how do we submit our paperwork?
Well, let me put it this way. Each of the courts they are differently run. So criminal, we're always open. Yeah, nobody will do a trial over Zoom, so that won't work. Civil is pretty much open. Now, my understanding with the juvenile court, because I've never worked in a juvenile court, I know they do a lot of matters over Zoom because they have a lot of juveniles that are in different places across the state. But my understanding is most of the judges are still on the bench on certain days. And I think if you contact the court, and depending on which judge you have, you can probably find out what the procedure is. If the judge is going to be in person, or if they're not going to be in person, how you can submit whatever information you need to submit.
You talk about the initial, once you fill out the paperwork.
In order to adopt,
Yes, ma'am.
yes, you're gonna have to call the court. I have no clue how they operate that. I do criminal. So we're all set. I mean, our county is so large. For instance, if you're in Oakland or Macomb County, one judge does everything. Judge does criminal and civil because they don't have as many matters. But Wayne County is so large, we're all split and we don't cross. So I just do criminal all the time. So I don't know all of their specifics.
Judge,
But-
do you mind? So I'm Mike Scott, I'm the police officer for the Third Circuit Court. If you have the email address on the back, ma'am, if you want to email that with your question, we'll get an answer for you. in
Thank you
response,
so
okay?
much.
Yeah, happy to do that.
All right, any other questions? Sure.
If there was a necessary ordinance, can it come to y'all or lawsuit? Like the last meeting was not online. They won't post it, they do a lot of unconstitutional things on it. How do we sue the city of Highland Park?
Well, that again is not a criminal matter, but yes, and that is who you would have to contact.
That's not saying the party.
That is not, I do criminal.
Okay, so what is the purpose of like?
To give you information, like I just did, that you would be able to go to that particular jurisdiction. We're all separated. So that's why I'm letting you know that for your matter, you would contact the civil court, which is on that paperwork, and you have the information there. I'm criminal, so we have different judges that are going out to the different cities, but we're all from different departments. So I'm criminal, but your matter is civil. So the civil is on there, and that's the contact information you would
Are
use.
you wearing a real ordinance today? If they tell me that we're talking about?
I'm criminal. When I say criminal,
You don't even know what's about to happen. Okay,
No.
that's it.
criminal means I'm dealing with homicide, I'm dealing in
That's relevant. in our
CSC, only criminal matters,
That's
not,
relevant today, in your opinion.
no, I don't know what's on your agenda. I'm just here to do a presentation from the court.
Later on, day for that, I thought you would want to talk about it. So
No, ma'am. Excuse me, Your Honor.
Yes,
That's a tangent. I'm sorry. It's,
as if I don't understand.
no, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
It's like the last time you talked about the score, literacy during the meeting. and-
That was council affairs, ma'am. Thank you so much. So we have one more question. Any more questions for the judge?
anybody else? Yes,
I noticed that at the very bottom, it said 12.8% total cases compared to 2023.
2023.
What would you attribute it to, and what particular area of criminal cases or worse cases in general, civil, criminal, family, has seen the most increase?
Well, insurance cases in the civil division definitely has seen an increase because they had a change in the laws for, they call them PIP, but it's personal injury cases. And so that has gone up because of the change in the laws and the amount of money that you can, is capped and different things like that. So half of the civil division, that's almost their entire docket. As far as criminal cases, I don't think we've had any increase in any particular area. I can tell you that when I joined the criminal bench 5 years ago, I thought that what I would see most would probably be homicides. That's what I thought. But that is not what I see most. What I usually see that actually go to trial are criminal sexual conduct cases, child sexual conduct cases, and domestic violence. Domestic violence is really rampant. And many people who violate, they generally violate because of domestic violence cases. The problem being that most times victims don't want to come forward, or they file a police report, but then they don't show. And so that means the person just keeps, coming back through. So that's generally what I see has increased a lot. During COVID, domestic violence went up really high. Also, alcohol, driving under the influence, and narcotic cases during COVID. And I'm sure you probably all can have some ideas about why that might be. But yeah, that's what I have seen increase in the criminal division. Sure.
So, what is the judge's purpose of coming to the particular meeting to get what kind of message across?
Just to educate the public on how jury service operates. So if there are questions about jury service, and a lot of people don't know what that entails, what are the requirements for it, how often can you serve? Those are all the things that were in the pamphlet that I went over. Also indicating the different divisions, because when you're called to jury service, you may be called to civil division, you may be called to the criminal division. It just depends on where you're called. So those type of questions, just to educate you on jury service. Because many people who come in for jury service don't know how jury service operates.
Okay, thank you. So I think we have a question from our councilwoman up front.
Yes, I actually do. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Pleasure to have you. Okay, this is a portion of the agenda that we give the floor to Mayor McDonald to allow her an opportunity to address City Council and the public. Mayor McDonald, if you will.
Good afternoon, citizens. Good afternoon, council. I have a few things I'm going to just talk about. So been following some things and some questions about the ordinances. First of all, the ordinances are on the website. Quick, if you go to a quick, what is called a quick link, click on it. It say, or type in ordinances, they'll pop up. You go to there. Also, we've talked about the muni code since we've been in office, and getting those put into, getting someone to put it into the muni code. So that is already going forward. The council before you voted to do that. So there's a resolution for that. There's funding that's been passed on to the next and on the next. And so that's going forward. Once those muni codes have been put into the zone books and the ordinance books, every ordinance that has been written will be in that book. Sir, I don't need your comments. Excuse me, I don't need your comments. This is my time. This is my time. Reclaiming my time, sir.
Ma'am, if you
from
would.
this person.
If you would.
Thank you. Because I don't need it. Save it for somebody else.
Save it for you.
I'm not even about to do it. Not at all. You can talk to whoever you want to, but you will not disrespect me.
Call bullshit.
I said what I said.
I
will.
what
You
I
will
said.
not disrespect me.
I said what I said. Call bullshit on.
No, I'm not gonna do this. Let me finish my.
Yes, ma'am, if you would, please.
lunches at the rec center. If you are 60 years old, every day, Monday through Thursday, they are serving lunch. And this is not the box lunches. This is a home cooked meal every day. And from 12 to 1:30. So if you get to the rec center, if you need a ride, call the smart company, they'll pick you up and drop you off. So please utilize that. We have what is called, we have a grant for that, and they have been giving us this food, and they've been bringing it in every day. Plus you can utilize some of the activities that's going on at the same time. Let's see.
Is there?
Let me finish with Ms. Abby. We can ask outside, because this is there. Okay, thank you. Oh, there's gonna be multiple activities this week, all the way up to Sunday, which I know is next week, for the youth regarding Halloween trunk or treats. There's gonna be I think a pumpkin patch, whereas the aphrodisiac and the coffee, CPA coffee, will be putting that on Hamilton. That's on the 26th. What you know, you have an apple picking in the hood in Avalon Village. That's on the 26th. On the 25th, there's going to be 1, 2, 3 trunk or treats. One is and activities happening at the rec center. Also, I think 2 are at homes around the neighborhood. The other thing is the Wayne County Treasurer. I spoke to the treasurer. People are calling me about the treasury. Let me clear up something. So people put it on Facebook, I can clear up myself. I do not have the authority to remove anyone from office. That is the duty of either a judge or the governor or the citizens. And at this time, because recalls are over, pretty much, it is up to the judge or the governor. So no, we do not. But let me tell you, this is affecting how it affects the citizens. When there is no treasurer, some of you have come downstairs and you tried to pay your bills and it was closed. So if there's no collection, that means no funds. No funds means that something has to give. So Tony has come off of his medical, which he should not have to do, but he did. To come collect the taxes or whatever you have down there to pay. So please, if you have, he comes in.
There's no alternative?
I'm sorry?
There's no alternative, Mayor?
I couldn't hear you.
There's no alternative, Madam Mayor?
Alternative to who?
Paying your bill. If you gotta pay your taxes.
You can pay, let me finish.
Okay.
So, if you need to, he will be here. He said temporarily on Monday, Wednesdays, and maybe Fridays, but it's no set time, because again, he is on a medical. And he should not have to do that, but he's coming in. So the Wayne County Treasurer has talked to us about other alternatives for that, and so we're still working through that. As far as Ms. Martin, they can pay them online. You pay your taxes online. You can pay your water bill online. There is a way to pay online for permits through the website. I don't know if it's on the website. Yes, it's on the website. And you go to their building people and then click on that so you can pay. Or you can come up to the window of the building department. They will take your payment in a form of a money order or a check and then submit it when Tony comes. Ethic board. I have talked about this 3 or 4 times of getting an ethics board for this, for the elected officials in the city. And each time that I've asked, it's been ignored. You gave us a few names. I asked you to narrow it down to 2, and I never got any response. I need 2 people from the council to serve on, not from the council, 2 names of people to serve on the ethics board. I'll be waiting for those names so that I can submit them so that we can approve. If not, I will be calling the Wayne County Ethics Board and or the Governor's Ethics Board, the State Ethics Board, to see if we can get some kind of help down here for ethics in this. All right, so that's all I got. Somebody asked me a question. I'm gonna take a look.
Mayor, I'm sorry.
Hold on one second. No, oh, I'm sorry, the lunches are free, absolutely free. You just come, sit down and enjoy it. Come enjoy your, other seniors talk. They have bingo going this week, I think. Come out, it's always fun. After that, after the bingo or before the bingo, there's lunch in between. Just come, bring a neighbor, 60 and over.
That was me. If we already submitted it, do you want us to resubmit our selection?
It was 4 names, but I asked you guys to narrow it down to 2, and that never happened. People ignored it. So I need those 2 names.
Okay.
So that we can submit it and move forward with that.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm gonna set the timer for 2 minutes, and I'm asking for people to come forward with comments on tonight's agenda. That is the mayoral veto, the administrator and the appointment of Willie Johnson to the Recreation Commission, and from engineering, the resolution approving the 5-year pilot program for Solartronic. And council affairs have to be.
Yeah, that's already been too.
That's, yeah, it wasn't written in, but it's actually, it's there, I wrote it anyway. It's supposed to be there after.
Okay.
the patient, so I just wrote it. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry, you couldn't hear me in the back. Come on forward, ma'am. I'll wait till you say your name and then I'll start the time.
I am Bridget Townsend, citizen, born and raised, business owner here in Highland Park. Right now, I want to just make 2 statements. One is the mission of Highland Park Council is to implement the city charter and make legislature's decisions that provide for good government, public peace, health, and safety for the prosperity of our city. There were 2 things that I want to make known for this Solartronics. That is not their business name. It does not register that in law, and I suggest that this be redrawn. You can look it up anytime you like. Go back to my other statement. How are we making these decisions of how many are they going to hire for the city of Highland, citizens from the Highland Park? And is this merchandise is that our materials? Like, will we have ownership of that? Some of these things I did not hear any answers to. And I have a pamphlet written out that I can give to Solartronics that does not meet the agreements of the citizens. So who do I give that to?
Is it for city council or is it for Solartronic?
Solartronics.
The representatives for Solartronic are in the audience, ma'am.
Okay, I'll be happy to get that to you if you give me your email, just some things that were not addressed.
They're in the audience.
They're out there.
And so is Solidarity.
Oh,
That's-
good. Direct,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Whenever you're ready, sir.
Robert Douglas Lodge Jr., President of the East Grand Brush Street Cul-de-sac Block Club. I'm going to address this question to our president of our city council. Was it a workshop that was scheduled this evening at 5:30 to talk about this very issue about the solar lights?
No.
No? Okay, was it a workshop required or requested?
Mr. Lodge, this is public comment. This is not 20 questions. You can go ahead and answer your questions, but I might, just go ahead.
Okay, well, I was under the impression that a workshop about these solar lights was going to take place prior to this council voting on that resolution. And so resolution number 7, to my knowledge, there has not been a workshop given so that these council members can make an informative decision. And if I am correct, then you're asking them to make a decision tonight on a matter that they have no information or enough information about. And surely the citizens don't have this information, and we should have that information also. So I thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening, council.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, citizens, fellow polar bears. So my name is Juan Shannon. I am the executive director of the Parker Village Foundation. And there's been a little bit of information that has been flowing past my desk. I'm not a elected official, never have been in any type of way, but for some reason I seem to consistently get questions and information and everything else about what's going on in the city. So as I understand, there was a workshop recently regarding the solar lights, and there is a motion on tonight's agenda to approve a 5-year pilot program for Solartonic and Solidarity to install and operate 60 more solar lights to the city. So just to keep everything short, we have been without a significant amount of lights since, I believe, 2011. I'm sure I speak for a lot of people in this community. We want the lights. We would like to, whatever problems or things that come up or whatever, for our leadership to figure that out. But do not let the deadline pass on us providing additional safety for our community. Please approve the lights going in.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Alicia Strong. For those of you who may not know me, I'm from the treasurer's office. I actually came to speak at the end, but I just wanted to piggyback while it was still fresh on what the mayor just touched upon. I will speak later on after when it's the citizens' times, but I did want to come
But
up.
ma'am, I certainly don't want to be rude. I don't want to change the rules. This is for agenda items only. I will let you go first
Okay,
at the end.
okay,
And what you have to say, I'm sure people will want to hear, so you might be able to keep this audience full for me.
okay.
Just out of respect for our rules, we're on agenda items only. And I saw you coming up here. I wish I would have known in advance,
That's okay.
but we're glad to have you. But we're having comments on agenda items only right now.
Okay, all right. So I'll be here when it's my time.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
And sorry for the inconvenience.
No worries.
Do we have anyone else on the agenda?
Good evening, Council. Kurt Swanson, resident of Highland Park. I am rising in opposition to this particular resolution approving solar lights here in the city. Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you why. For one, the 5-year, like no fee to the city period is being paid for by grant funds. That's nice. But what I have a problem with is in the agreement, there's a 10-year term that the city is expected to basically remunerate this partnership at the tune of $54,000 a year. For 10 years, that's close to $549,000. You know, let's see, minute, let's see how quick I can get through this. As it stands, let me get to the most egregious part. So there's a sole source in effect happening here. So you have a situation where a grant application was submitted. But I used to work at a foundation, and the typical process is if you have a collaboration, you have an agreement upon collaborative partners. If you're partnering with a municipality, you reach out to them before to get buy-in and acceptance before you submit an application. So the city is basically going to benefit from the installation of 20 poles with solar lights, but then on the back end, you have to pay to maintain it. So basically, they got it for free, and then you have to turn around and pay them to operate it. That's a problem. Does it make sense?
Thanks, sir. Do we have anyone else for an agenda item?
Hi, my name is Melinda. I wanted to speak to the solar lights. There is a misunderstanding in which I think a lot of people don't get about the solar lights. Number one, Solartronic is paying for the maintenance and operation 4 or 5 years. After that, the contract would be renegotiated. Secondly, the lights have already been paid for. They just haven't been installed. That's another aspect of it. And also, from a personal standpoint, I'm a criminal justice major at Wayne State University, going into my senior year. Although lighting in the city does not prevent crime, it does deter crime. And right now, Highland Park has an issue. Right now, people aren't safe. Right now, businesses don't want to come here. And I know this personally, working at Wayne State and working with different businesses, that they don't want to be here because of the unsafe stigma that's on us. And right now, it seems like the unsafe stigma is that it's dark and people are going to break into your business. So do we want to pay DTE? Do we want to go back and try to figure that out? Or do we want to get something that's ours, that we can regulate, that we can work on, that we can improve, that we can spread throughout the city, that costs less, number one, and also gives us an opportunity to give what we need, which is safety. We have children walking to school right now in the dark, down John R. I see it every morning. There's no lights. They're walking from home to school in the dark in the morning. Do you know how terrible that is? They can get hit by a car, they can be taken. There is so many aspects of having lights in the city that can protect us, but also deter the crime that we're trying to prevent. So, I mean, to vote no on this would be so asinine. I mean, it would be terrible because at this point, we're looking at our city at a detriment, and this could actually help start to the improvement that we need.
Thank you, ma'am. State your name, sir.
Joshua John Lemire. I'd like to just make a quick counterpoint. How many streetlights do they have in West Bloomfield? Not a lot. Crime has nothing to do with lights. Crime has nothing to do with lights. That's my counterpoint.
What, are you booing me? What is this? I can make a counterpoint.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, City Council and the President and the Mayor's office. I am voting, I hope that you all vote yes to the lights in Highland Park. As long as I've been here, when the street lights went out on my street, I feared for the children. Now, 21 East Grand, all up there along Women, everything is abandoned. The kids go to school down Woodward to East Buena Vista. It's dark on the side streets where they live at. Now, I don't care about anything else, but if somebody is actually bringing stuff to the city that can help us, please try to look at the bigger picture than ourselves. And whether you're talking about crime, they're stealing cars out your driveway. They've been doing it all across the country. But I just want to say, as long As a longtime advocate for the environment justice, I was thrilled to discover Solidarity and the important work they are doing in Highland Park. They're committed to building more equal, sustainable energy for this city. So just think about the long term, not what's going on right now in this city, but the long term. We all won't even be here. I'd be dead and gone before I didn't ever even get the wall for a Davidson service drive. So all I'm saying to you, we need the street lights. I bought a street light and was paying DTE for the one on the service drive, and people built a tree. So now I can't even get no dark lights. I got to put lights all around my house and pay for it. So just think about the children. Now, I don't care about me, but think about the children. They walk down all these abandoned buildings that y'all ain't made nobody pay for. That's vacant, all open up, all where the old police station is at. Somebody can, if y'all want to wait till somebody get hurt. That's what it's all about, right? We don't have that many police officers. You want them to do extra, and it's not enough. So just think about the crime and our children that need some lights. Thank you, sir.
What was your name?
Tony Bennett.
Tony Bennett.
Hello, City Council. I guess we all have our own.
What's your name? State your name.
Oh, Micaiah Hoy, Mukaya, Hoy, Hoye. All right. The long-term effects of the children, it's not fair to worry about small things about their alleged safety if they're going to have to comply to paying the bills of the lights 10 years later. The bigger issue is why are we not addressing the fact that there's no high schools, no real things for the community. We won't even have any kids. We barely have kids now. They have buses for that. They have parents for that. What is very important is to make sure that we do not go into more debt as a community. We create and we get lights that's substantial and helping them in the future financially, not burdening them, kicking them out their own city.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, thank you very much. We will move into tonight's agenda, starting. 1 second, thank you for that. I'm dealing with what's in front of me now. So I have attendees online. So I'm gonna start with Anthony. I'm gonna ask you to unmute. Anthony, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Go right ahead, sir. You have 2 minutes.
Yes, I live on 76 West Buena Vista between Second and Woodward, and my concern is lighting. And for years, although I have floodlights around my home, thank God, but my concern is that I fly out of town sometimes. When I come in from a flight, it's late at night sometimes, and I have to constantly look around. You can't see people walking down the streets at the time. So my concern is, you guys, the political leadership, y'all need to work on getting these lights or whatever DTE get it paid or whatever. Somebody's going to end up being hurt in this city, and I would hate for that to happen. So God knows, please do something about the lights. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I have Gracie's iPad. Gracie's iPad, can you unmute?
Thank you. My name's Gracie Wooten. I live on Easton Street. And as most of you know, I'm a longtime member of Solidarity. And I'm a longtime member of the city not having lights. Like I went before the previous council advocating for a street light on Hamilton, because if all of you know that whoever travels down Hamilton and turns into Easton Street, it is very dark. People have run into the island a number of times. But not being selfish, the fact that we have an opportunity to actually have lights installed in the city, lights that are paid for by granting partners, the fact that we have a energy company, a writer in Highland Park, a Black-owned business that will maintain these lights for us. I think this is a great opportunity for us to be a leader. I think we should be more look into the future and believe that in 5 years, we're going to be in a different place. the fact again that these lights are not being paid for by us, but we have an opportunity to help a business, a Black business in our city to grow. The fact that we have a wonderful organization like Solidarity that's gone out and advocated for the city in many, many, many different ways. But in terms of advocating for this grant opportunity, I think we'd be foolish not to accept it. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, I'm going to bring citizens' comments on the agenda to a close, and we'll move on to item 5. That's the veto of the resolution to extend the moratorium of the city's rental ordinance. City Council, what's your pleasure? Item 5, veto of the resolution to extend the moratorium of the city's rental ordinance dies for lack of support. Moving on to item 6, that's a resolution to appoint Mr. Willie Johnson to the Recreation Commission, term ending January 27, 2027. City Council, what's your pleasure?
I want to make a motion for the resolution to appoint Willie Johnson to the Recreation
Second.
Commission term.
Second.
We have a motion to approve the resolution to appoint Mr. Willie Johnson to the Recreation Commission, made by Councilwoman Martin, seconded by Councilman Ashafi. Questions, concerns, or dissent? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll on item 6?
Councilman Ashafi,
Yes to appoint.
Councilwoman Martin,
Yes.
Councilwoman Manica, Council Pro Tem Robinson,
Yes.
Council President Thomas.
Yes, motion carried.
Congratulations.
Correct.
Mr. Willie Johnson.
Thank you, sir. Moving on to item 7 under engineering. This is a resolution approving the 5-year pilot program for Solar Tonic and Solidarity
So moved.
to install and operate and maintain 60 solar street lights. Motion was made by Councilwoman
Support with questions.
Manica, supported by Councilwoman Martin with questions. Ms. Martin, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. Is Solartronics here? Yeah, I just have a few questions. Just so you know, I did call so I could save my voice, because all I wanted to do at this point was say yes or no, but.
And I did get numbers.
Okay, I was like, I didn't get a call back, so.
Since we're here together, it's good.
Okay, so I was reading over this and it was talking about, okay, so it was talking about insurance. And so my first question regarding insurance, are there a lot of companies that insure solar lights? And if so, what questions do they even ask?
Well, so in this case, because we would be owning and operating
Right.
for the 5 years, we're covering all the liability.
I got that.
Yeah. So
But in 5 years, right, we're thinking about the city taking that
if they
on.
transfer ownership after 5 years, then you would have insurance on those, as you would have insurance on any of the assets that you own as a city.
Okay,
However you do that through your city processes, that's how that would work.
Okay, I'm sorry, I don't know if you answered the question. Are there a lot of insurances that insure solar lights?
Just the usuals, liability, for,
So is it as simple as like Nationwide, State Farm?
yeah, whatever your
Oh,
insurance
okay,
company,
that's,
it's general liability insurance.
oh, okay,
Yeah, yeah.
okay, so that saves that question. Okay, and then I saw in another document, it was talking about late fees on the customer. If there's no cost,
Yeah, so the version that we sent, which, from our perspective is a draft, being negotiated with the city through legal and all you. So anything related to payments or fees should be grayed out because they're not relevant until after the 5-year period, depending on, what happens at that point.
so this is gonna come before city council again in 5 years.
Or sooner. If you recall at the workshop a couple of weeks ago, what we proposed, it's not part of the resolution, but what we proposed is that Solidarity, Solar Tonic, City of Highland Park, maybe other stakeholders, we get together immediately and start figuring out a long-term sustainability plan that works for all parties.
Okay, who is the IENSA lighting standards? Who's that?
Oh, that's international.
The international standards for lighting.
Okay.
It's like the association that sets standards for.
Nationally recognized standard for, you have a particular application, whether it's residential loans or parking lots, all that sort of lighting requirements.
Okay.
So this means that requirements for residential loans.
Okay, and that's state and, or is that government wide or?
It's national. It's actually
national. Okay. Okay. And then I don't know, I don't know if this is for you, Shamika, but my question is, is the city right now in the discussion of taking this over in 5 years and what that would look like? Like there was a part in this resolution that said, and right now I can't find it, it was saying either the building department or I think it said the CED. And I think that is unclear on who it would be to take that over. I know right now we're not taking it over at this time, correct? Yeah, that's something that needs to be addressed in this resolution.
So would you like to?
Go ahead.
Is there a question?
No, that was just a suggestion. I'm done. I'm
Okay.
done, Mr. President.
Madam Pro Tem?
So is solar tonic, one word or two words?
Our legal name is 2 words, Solar Tonic LLC, just as it says on the Lara site. And we use Solar Tonic, 1 word, as sort of a marketing version of that. But our legal name is Solar Tonic, 2 words, LLC. We use that in all legal agreements.
All right, so a citizen asked
Council
a
President.
question. Just a second. The citizen asked a question about the workshops. I'm gonna put a search in. I'm gonna put my screen up. The word Solar Tonic, there are meetings on workshops that go back 7 months. On the screen, you'll see that our first meeting on this version was 7 months ago. There was a workshop 7 months ago. There was one 6 months ago. There was one a couple of weeks ago. We've had copies of this document for 8, almost 10 months. Okay, just wanted to verify. You have something you wanted to say, Mr. Oshafi?
Yes, as it stands right now, currently, who would own those solar lights? Who's the owner?
So currently, the 10 that have already been installed on Florence and Louise are owned by Solidarity. And the new ones that would go in that are being funded by the state money would be owned by Solar Tonic.
Okay. So we're talking about 50 lights.
60.
But see, that's another thing, because at one point it says 50, then it says 60. I'm not gonna argue that. It's just 10 more lights.
It's the 50 we're bringing through the grant and the 10
okay.
they've already
Okay.
installed.
My concern is the 10-year service agreement after the 5-year pilot program. So as it stands right now, everything is paid for.
Correct.
It's not costing the city a dime.
Correct.
Okay, which is great. But after that 5-year program, the city is looking at about $500,000 a year in fees and finances to maintain those lights.
That's not correct. It's about 40,000 a year.
According to this here, the monthly charge that you're going to charge at the end of the year comes out to a little bit over $500,000.
Yeah, no, I don't believe that's correct.
Okay, okay.
It's
Question.
it's about 40,000 a year.
Okay, okay. So question. I wanna read something for you here. It says, be it further resolved that the city council authorizes the mayor to negotiate and execute agreements with Solatonic and Solidarity regarding provisions of solar streetlights operations and maintenance, O&M service for the duration of the 5 years program, in which all O&M costs, insurance, liability, and solar streetlights shall be borne by Solatonic and Solidarity. And that on or before the end of the pilot program, consideration shall be given towards the transfer of ownership of the poles from Solatonic and or Solidarity to the city of Highland Park, contingent upon the ability of the city to pay O&M fees for continuous of operations and maintenance by Solatonic. Could you care to explain that to me?
Can you ask a formal question, please?
Okay. So right here, it says contingent upon the city's ability to pay O&M fees for continuance of operations and maintenance by Solatonic. What are those fees? Explain that one.
So our goal is to transfer ownership after we've worked in a working group, and we haven't really designated the specific individuals that will be a part of that working group, but the goal is to work with the city, Solatonic, and Solidarity. Our goal is for self-determination, for you all to be able to tell us what would be feasible based on the data.
Contingent upon us being able to pay.
Exactly.
So what happens? So what happens if we're not able to pay?
Do you want to talk a little bit more about that, or?
What happens?
So I would think after 5 years of conversation, we would have figured that out.
Okay. Well, it's sometimes hard in this city to get a conversation like that going. Oh, okay. There's so many people in the way that encourage you not to speak to us in the first place. But I've spoken to you before. Okay.
Absolutely.
I didn't see this until just now.
Okay.
So what happens if the city is unable to pay? What happens to those lights?
Then I think over the 5 years of going through working group together, we would have figured out a resolution.
Okay. So what if we don't figure out a resolution? The 5 years comes to term. What happens to those lights if we're unable to pay? What if in 5 years the city is unable to meet its obligations?
What I will say is I'm not a fortune teller, so I can't tell you what will happen in the future. But I will say that Solidarity has a longstanding history with ensuring that we work with the city so that we can have.
But you have to understand that eventually, I know as a business person, as smart as you are, that has crossed your mind. Because if it crossed mine, I know it crossed yours. Okay. So I know that there is a contingency plan here for if the city is unable to pay. What is the outcome to that? I know this has been thought of. I know the two of you did not sit here and not think about the possibility if the city could or couldn't pay and what would be the outcome of that.
So I will say that DTE repossessed Highland Park lights. Solidarity has never said or gave the illusion that we would do that. So I don't think that's a question that should be asked. I think the question should be, how can we work together to be able to get
you have to understand this here. Okay, so we're sitting on this council.
Absolutely.
You're asking us to approve something, right?
Yes, sir.
And as council members, we have to look at the bigger picture of the possibility that that could be an option. Okay, and I know very well that this company did not consider that option at all.
I disagree. Solartonic has been
hold on a second. In 5 years' time, there's no telling where the city might be. Okay, I'm not going to be here. Maybe I might be here in 5 years. To you, maybe not. This may be my last year. But I'm telling you that as a council member, I'm sitting here, and if I'm thinking about the possibility of what's going to happen if we can't meet our obligations, and you're telling me that it never crossed your mind? It
And,
never,
and what I'm
never
saying
ran
to
across your
you
mind.
is what I'm saying to
I
you
got a
is
question.
solidarity has existed for 10 years, and that we would not bring a contractor before you that would do anything adversarial towards the greater good of this city, long-term and short-term. So that should not be a question that's crossing your mind. It should be a question of what's in writing, and you have the ability to negotiate the terms.
I mean, no harm and no
Absolutely.
disrespect. It's
Okay.
got to be a question. You're a business. And businesses calculate the odds of every angle that comes across their table, no matter what. And I know that this was an odd that came across the table. What if in 5 years this city is bankrupt and we can't afford them lights?
So the question you're asking is, what is the risk to us?
What is the risk to us and you? Is what I'm asking.
So at this point, there's no risk to you because 5 years is being paid for with us stating that we want to work with you to negotiate the terms.
I didn't ask for a clap.
I clap.
The risk to us is very great from a business perspective.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I know, we're gonna go to Ms. Martin. We got a question over here from Ms. Square, and then we're gonna call for the vote.
So the risk being as great as it is, it never crossed your minds one time that this could be a possibility.
That what could be a possibility, sir?
What I just said, if we're unable to meet our obligations, it never crossed your mind.
Okay, and what risk are you proposing? I'm still not clear.
Okay.
Okay, Ms. Martin, Ms. The Square, did you want to address that before Ms. Martin?
I yield back.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
One of the things that I work on here is city money. That's really the only thing I work on. I really don't manage politicians and I don't manage politics, but I work on the money. So this has come up, you know, this is like on my desk. What I'm proposing that the city does is that budget, create a budget for this. Kind of like start saving for it. And that will create a framework at budget time to deal with this in 5 years. Because the question is, will we be able to afford it in 5 years? Really, we have an obligation to the state not to encumber the finances in the future and basically budget. And so this getting together and talking and all of that, no, that has to happen at budget time. Just like we have the library, we have a budget for the library where we put money in that for maintenance or something that might break over there. So I'm suggesting that over the course of the next 5 years, we create a budget and we put money in that budget, because the reality is we probably won't have a lighting authority in 5 years with a truck. You see Detroit created one, you see their truck going around. That's electricians, and folks, you know, supplies and an office to service that. So we would probably have to contract it out in 5 years anyway. But if we start saving, then maybe in 5 years, if the pilot goes well, which is why it's a pilot program. So we're gonna see over the course of if this is approved, how it works. And if it works and it's something that, you know, is going to be a good thing for the city and something that we can expand on over that time period, we will have created a budget for it, and council will be involved in the discussion of how this continues. So it won't be solidarity and Solartronic and no, it can't happen like that in the city. It's got to be an organized function that's part of the budget. So next year, we put, you know, money in it and we work toward saving so that we can even contemplate taking it over, which will probably be contracting it out because we don't have the capacity. And we probably won't in 5 years, but you never know. But 5 years goes by quick, it's 60 months.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to say about that.
Okay, Ms. Martin, you had something before I call for the vote, or you are good?
No, I did. Oh my God, I lost it. Oh, it's possible in 5 years we can apply for grants to help out with, I mean, but even that's an idea, right? That we can get some.
Absolutely, and I'll say for the 10 years that Solidarity has been in existence, we've raised funds just for this purpose. So whether it be grants or whether it be foundations, that we're here for the long term, not just to ditch some lights off.
All right, so,
Wait.
I'm sorry, go ahead, but I'm ready. I'm ready.
We could possibly get some stakeholders that like what we're doing for Highland Park. Somebody who used to live here, I don't know, that would want to sit there and help out with the painting of the lights. Is that possible too? So are those two possibilities that could be possible?
Yes, the beautiful thing about this resolution is it allows for stakeholders to be able to buy into or participate in the working group. So just like there were suggestions being made, there's suggestions being or concerns that are had. We can address all of that. And we're not asking you to sign on a dotted line and just have blind faith. There is a track record. And we're allowing for there to be, or Solar Tonic is allowing for there to be some time and space for us to work through whatever issues that may be barriers to us ensuring that the city is able to take on the lights after the 5-year period.
And this is something we're working
Or
on.
before.
This is something we're working on now. We're not going to start in 5 years.
No, we will start once you all say yes.
All right,
It'll start as part of the budget.
Right.
There won't be any working groups. It has to be organized under how the city operates under a budget. So at budget time, that's when whatever working of the group will present to the council to talk about the progress, how things are going and all of that. It has to happen under the budget.
And Ms. Square, I really hope that you are a part of the working group so that we can,
I don't know if I will
learn
be.
more.
I don't know if I will be.
Okay.
Structure.
Well, Ms. Square, I'm glad you said that because one of the questions, when I found the when it said, be it further resolved that the city council authorizes the city's engineering department or the CED department. My question is, would that be in both of their budget, either or budget?
We would create a budget we would create a public lighting budget. And it probably won't be CED, but they might, if this passes, the next thing is gonna be, where do the lights go?
Right, okay.
And so that group has to consist of council, has to consist of the citizens. Everybody's gonna have to work together or we're gonna have another fight because the lights are all gonna be on one street, not gonna be on another. But I think that once we get this passed, we'll get to that point.
Okay. No more questions, Mr.
Could I just
President.
address the engineering department part of the resolution? I just want to clarify, that is specifically to ask the engineering, to authorize the engineering department to proceed with right-of-way permits for the 50 poles that are basically being built and, going to be installed. That's all that reference to. It has nothing to do with the ownership or the budgeting or anything like that. I just wanted to clarify that.
thank you, sir. Madam Pro Tem?
Did you just file your paperwork with Laura? Like recently, just like within the last hour?
No, I did not.
All right, Madam Clerk, on item 7 under engineering resolution approving the 5-year pilot program for Solar Tonic and Solidarity to install and operate, maintain 60 solar streetlights at no cost to the city. The motion was made by Councilwoman Manica, supported by Councilwoman Martin. Would you please call the roll on item 7 under engineering?
Councilman Ashafi?
Okay, so I am extremely uncomfortable. My questions weren't quite answered. So I'll tell you what, in 5 years, if things go good and I'm still here, I'll give you a yes vote. Right now, it's gonna be a no for me.
Councilwoman Martin?
Yes.
Councilwoman Manica?
Yes.
Council Pro Tem Robinson?
No.
Council President Thomas?
Yes, motion carries. So we're gonna move on to citizens' participation. I'm gonna set this timer for a hard 2 minutes. And I would like to ask the young lady from the Treasury Department to come up first.
What about Mrs. Martin's resolution?
That is under council affairs, sir.
That's after citizens participation?
Yep, so we're gonna have the young lady from the Treasurer's office come up and address us. I'll wait for you, ma'am.
I wrote it before.
Please do not rush, take your time.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Again, I'm sorry, evening. Again, my name is Alicia Strong, for those of you that do not know me, and I am from the Wayne County Treasurer's Office. I am just here to pass on some information tonight. I have been off for a little bit, so now I'm getting back in the fold. And I would like to mention, for someone to get with me, the mayor did have my number, but my number has changed. We now have a mobile tax unit that you can schedule for us to come here, and the people can pay their taxes right here on the unit. The unit offers payment plans. We have where you can sit on the unit and discuss. It is also handicap accessible. We do not carry cash. I repeat, we do not carry cash. Now, we can take cash, but we do not carry cash. So again, you can email me, you can call me, or you can set up with me while I'm here, but we can have the mobile unit now come out to you. Next, November 20th is our annual Veterans Resource Fair.
Yes.
It will take place at WC3, the one located on Outer Drive here in Detroit. And last but not least, we are still open every day for our payment plans, 8 to 4:30 p.m., regardless to construction. We are still open. I want to remind people, the holidays, we are still open and we are still taking tax payments, because come January, we will get a rush. Again, thank you for having me. And my name is Alicia Strong from the Wayne County Treasurer's Office.
Can you give us the number?
My number is 313-400-4353.
Thank you so much.
Yes, Councilwoman Manica.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm well, and yourself?
I'm doing. The payment plan, is that only for default? Is that for just I came to go pay my bill? Is it?
It is for all delinquent taxes.
So your taxes have to be delinquent?
For the Wayne County Treasurer's Office. When you see us, you are late.
Okay.
Yes.
To do a payment plan?
Yes.
I just wanted to make that clear, because when we were just saying payment plan, some people may want to make a payment plan, but it's not for delinquent. So I wanted to just make sure that they
Yes,
understood.
ours is for delinquent.
Okay.
And since you guys, I just became aware that you don't have a treasurer, I will see who the mayor has been conversing with to see about maybe the mobile unit possibly being out at least once a week, weather permitted and schedule wise.
Oh, okay. So that unit is only for the citizens to pay their taxes.
And to discuss anything that they may need to discuss. You can handle everything that you would handle in the office on the unit.
Okay, so, but you will not handle what the treasurer needs to do? Once we get our payments in, and what has to happen with all our payments?
No.
Okay,
No.
thank you.
Now, again, I can find out who can give
I'm
me
sure
that
she's already been
information.
talking to your department.
Okay, but again, you can contact me directly if you need me to follow up, if there's anything that I may be able to do. You have my direct number.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
ma'am.
You're welcome. Thank you again.
Have a wonderful
Council
night.
Have a good
President.
evening.
You also.
So we are in citizens participation, 2 minutes. Other than that, we're going into council affairs. I don't see anybody coming to the podium.
They're coming.
And I will check online. I'm gonna go to my, Ms. Gracie already made a comment. I don't know if you want to make it. Ms. Gracie, you trying to make a second comment?
Yes,
Right ahead.
yes. Oh. Unmute.
Go ahead,
Okay,
ma'am.
I just want to thank council for approving our investment in our future. Let me put it that way. I'm an optimist. I think as citizens, citizen power, citizens getting together, actually participating in government, helping our city move forward, I think that's a beautiful thing. I think when you think back at the fact that because of advocates from this city, wonderful citizens who were able to get with the city and actually get the state to approve all this infrastructure improvement that's going on. I mean, that's citizens' power. And I think that working with Solidarity and people who are interested in the development of the city, we can move mountains. I mean, I look forward to, I'm old, but I look forward to us being in a much better place in 5 years. And I look forward to the fact that there's so many people who have been involved in moving mountains, in terms of trying to help the city become a better city. I am really appreciative that the council, has faith that we can do something much better, and we're going to continue to grow, and we're going to continue to look out for our small businesses and give them an opportunity, and some citizens, young people, an opportunity to actually learn something about solar and be involved in this new energy. Jobs are there. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma'am. iPhone, I'm sorry, I had to I'm gonna allow you to talk. Can you, our iPhone user, would you mind stating your name?
Yes, this is Shu. Peace and love to everyone. This is really good to hear about the 60 lights, well, the 50 additional lights. It is a very, very good move. I'd like to thank Solidarity for their consistency, and thank you, Solar Tonic, and thank those who are in support of just improving things in the city. Thank you so much. Peace.
Ma'am. I don't see any movement in the room, so we're gonna go, come on, sir. Jack Beaton.
Hello, everybody. My name is Brandon. I live on Cortland. I'm here today on behalf of Shannon Bryce. So you've seen him a few times before here advocating for the MLK Park on Richton and Lincoln. It's not in the best of shape, but he's been working hard to get that back into shape.
About the 60.
I need you to, there we go. Thank you.
So he wanted to remind the community that there is a Halloween event being held at the rec center this Saturday from 1 to 8. I'd like to thank Madam Mayor for shouting that out for us. Part of this will be a shoe drive to raise money for the park. It's a very easy thing. We bring in shoes, any size, any type, any condition, and I mean any, and you can bless another family with a foundation that we're partnering with that will raise money for the park itself. When I was asked to make this comment for everybody on Shannon's behalf, I happened to reach out to the architect who designed the park originally, a Mr. Richard Datner, who is still alive in New York, running his firm, his architecture firm, and he wanted me to show a few words. So he says, and again, this is his words, not mine. I am not an architect and I've never played one on TV. So, dear Highland Park community, 57 years ago, as a young architect, I had the privilege of designing the MLK playground in the heart of your community. Funded by the Federal Model Cities program of Lyndon Baines Johnson, this park and playground was intended to be a hopeful, well-attended community center for Highland Park residents of all ages. Modeled as an adventure playground, it provided venues for creative play, water play, active and passive recreation, and the appreciation of nature. Areas for young children and older youth contained pyramids, tunnels, climbing poles, slides, tire swings, and other opportunities for play. Pedestrian paths crisscrossed the park to promote the busy traffic, which would keep the park visible and safe. A wooden trellis covered the diagonal paths, providing shade and night lighting, while the benches provided seating along these walkways. The lack of maintenance and investment in the park's upkeep ultimately led to the abandoned site being experienced now. Okay.
Speak it in.
Okay. Similar parks I designed in Central Park in New York City have been consistently maintained and refreshed to the delight of the kids and the parents still using them. My grandchildren play in several of them. Again, his, not mine. I will help Brandon, me, and your community in any way possible to promote the restoration of the MLK Park and playground. I wish you all well and look forward to this help with your steps in this challenging and important undertaking. Sincerely, Richard Datner, and you will see some pictures floating around of the park in its original format in 1970. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Come on down.
Greetings, everybody. How's everybody doing? My name is Mark Ashley Price, and I just wanted to say thank you to the council for passing the issue of the lights. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Shamika Nichols, once again, as a resident and someone who works in Highland Park with Solidarity, I appreciate folks that are willing to get us out of the dark. And if there's any additional questions, we are more than open. Our membership is open for folks to be able to attend meetings, ask more questions along this process. And again, just want to say thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, we're gonna bring citizens' participation to a close and move into council affairs. In council affairs, we have a resolution that was brought forward by Councilwoman Martin. Chair will entertain a motion on this resolution dated 10/20/2025, requesting online publication of a full ordinance for public access. Ms. Manica, you have a question related to the motion?
No, I have a motion.
Motion to approve.
Ms. Manica has the floor. Go ahead, Ms. Manica. You have a motion?
Yes, I move to lay this item on the table for everyone to be able to look at, review, and then it can always, and then bring it back.
Chair offers support. So the motion has been made by Councilwoman Manica to table this resolution until the rest of us who just received it today have an opportunity to take a look at it. Questions, concerns, dissent? So there's a motion on the floor to table this resolution made by Councilwoman Manica, supported by the chair. Go ahead and call the roll on tabling this item now.
Councilman Ashafi, No to table. Councilwoman Martin,
I have a question.
Ma'am?
I do have a question. Why do you want to table it?
I said to review it, get a chance to look at it, maybe even go over it with you.
No.
Councilwoman Manica,
Yes.
Council Pro Tem Robinson,
No.
Council President Thomas.
Yes, motion to table fails. Chair will
Motion to
entertain a-
approve.
We have a motion to approve made by Councilman Ashafi. Is there support?
Support.
I have a question. The motion is on the floor. So here's my question, ladies and gentlemen. Right now on the City of Highland Park website, which I will put up on the screen, I went to the website, I typed in the word ordinance, and it brought up for me every ordinance that the city currently has available for download. At the bottom, it has the Highland Park Municipal Codes. All of the things that are contained in this resolution are already on the website. Can you help me understand what will be different than what is already uploaded on the website? This is animal ordinance, business license ordinance, citizens district advisory council ordinance, civil infractions ordinance, ethics ordinance, historical district ordinance, illegal dumping ordinance, marijuana ordinance, nuisance abatement, island
This should be an
ordinance,
easy task
sale
for
of
you.
resale property ordinance, sale of vacant lot ordinance, solar energy ordinance, vendor license ordinance, zoning ordinance, reformatted. Then when you click on the municipal code, as I have suggested to members before, this is the Highland Park Municipal Code. There are thousands of pages on here.
If it's
So my
there
question
already, it
is,
should be easy for
what
you
is
to
the
do.
difference? I don't understand what will be added. I don't understand what's missing. If you could help me understand how this resolution, and it says,
And what would be the
Can
difficulty?
you
If
go-
it's already there, as
I'm
you said,
asking-
it should be an easy task.
I'm asking for clarification. This is easy ask quite often. So Ms. Martin, can you help me out here? Because what I want to know is, I just want to know,
Should be easy
this,
task.
this is on the floor. And this resolution is asking for, it says many ordinances of the city
Can
do
you,
not have their full legal text already available and are currently enforced
Can
through
you-
administrative process. So I'm trying to figure out, right on the screen, on our website, are all of the ordinances, and we also have a municipal code. That's a
can you
book
pull up
that's-
the housing?
I'm sorry,
Can you pull up the housing?
housing, you mean, go specific.
It's under the housing. Like, can you pull up fencing? Can you pull up the blight? Can you pull up any of those? Because I've been requesting the fencing ordinance and can't find it.
That's actually very, here we have right here.
Okay, where is it?
The zoning book, which I emailed to members in my first 2 months here. I emailed everybody a copy of this.
Where is it? Hold on.
It says, under building, so each one of.
Right, that's why I said the housing. Go
So
ahead.
each one of these is a separate section. If you click on it, let's go to planning and zoning code.
No, not the planning and zoning.
So I'm saying, this is where it is. This is the actual, there's a binder that's this big. that
Yeah, the
clerk gave
Bible.
All of us.
Yeah,
And it is electronically available here.
right.
When
It wasn't in my Bible.
I have my binder on my desk. It's there every day before I leave.
I'm not disputing your Bible. I'm saying it's
No,
not
no,
in
my
my
binder, being
It's
on
not
the
in my
zoning
Bible.
board, all of this is available on the website. When I was on planning commission,
I looked it on the website either,
I'm
Mr.
looking at
President.
it
I
right
didn't
now.
see it.
I just want to know what the difference is. What will
I
be
mean,
added?
did you pull up the fencing? Where is it?
So, Ms. Martin, what I'm saying is, in the actual zoning code that we all have a copy of,
I got that. Did you pull it up, Mr. President?
do you want me to go through this and find the word fence?
Yes, that's actually what she wants.
Because I couldn't find it. I requested
one
it.
better.
It wasn't sent to me. You typed in the word fencing, right? For a
I got you
search.
one better. I'm about to
And
pull the
all that
actual
came up,
document.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
Not one thing came up, not one thing, specific thing on fencing.
Okay, hold on just a second. So that's
So-
the zoning
Because
ordinance.
it really shouldn't even be that hard either.
May I ask the question? Why are you doing that?
Go right ahead.
So I'm gonna just go back for a minute. When you asked for opportunity to go back over the ordinance, we did that. When we sat in here and went through a whole meeting and went through the ordinance and wrote out and made changes that you asked for, we did that. And so here we are asking you for an opportunity to go through it, and you're saying no, and that's fine.
There it is.
I'm just pointing that out. Secondly, what exactly are you looking for that's missing in that ordinance? That, because fencing seems to be a target here.
No, it's not just fencing.
So,
There's examples here in this resolution. That's number one.
so, but then that's a target. So you're targeting those specific areas.
No, I didn't want to list everything in this resolution. There's already examples in this resolution. Then I'm bringing you more examples that I'm talking. I didn't see it on the website. I see that he typed fencing. It's chapter
Yep.
1222.
So this
Okay.
is the entire.
And I can't, I
This is
mean,
the
with all the glare, I can't see.
zoning ordinance. I'll go back to the word fencing.
I mean, that's just an example.
Everything is actually in there. Everything.
That's just an example. That's number one. Number two, some of the ordinances haven't even been updated since what, 2099?
Which
1999?
ones? Which ones have it?
So how does that change what we've already said is the question that I'm asking now. So my first question was, when you mention fencing, there's usually a target. There's something that's missing. So when I mentioned fencing way down when, I said specifically that people had to put a fence. At some point, we've seen that around their thing. So I identified and accounted for what I'm exactly looking for. So that's what I'm saying. When you point out examples, so then somebody else come along and say, well, you need to put all those examples in there. But we've already identified the fact that we have not went through all the ordinance. One, we probably will not do all the ordinance in the time that we have left, but we can do as many as possible. How does this change the fact that we still have to do that? Because whether or not we get to it, it's there, and it's not going to change until we change the ordinance. But we haven't sit down and had a conversation. I did call you last week and said, hey, let's work on the other one. We didn't get back. We did not get back to that. No,
hold on,
we
wait a minute.
did not. Let me
You called
finish.
me to work
And you
on
can
what?
dispute it. We did not get back to the fact, and I did not get a conversation. I did not get a chance to call you back to reset the time because our times did not work. But here I am saying,
Wait a minute. So we didn't do the
I am
21st?
saying
We didn't do the
to you,
21st?
here I am saying to you, hey.
Wait a
this
minute,
is-
we did not agree on the 21st?
No. What I'm saying is our time did not work out, so I never did call back. And so what I'm saying to you now is, I'm saying, Miss Martin, hey, I have your ordinance here. I'm willing to take a look at this with you or anybody else.
Manica, we
What?
talked about which ordinance did you talk about you want to work on? There was only one ordinance that you discussed with me.
Okay, and what I will tell you was the rental. We were
Right.
going- But still, I'm
That's
saying to
it.
you, no.
That's
I'm
it.
saying
We
to
didn't talk
you
about nothing
that
else.
here we are here now with a whole new ordinance. We haven't even
No, I didn't
retouched
say
the
anything
other
about
one.
working on an ordinance. I'm talking about.
Or a
putting
resolution,
all
rather.
these, right. We're not talking about an ordinance right
Okay,
now.
but the resolution contains in your concern is the ordinance. And so what I'm just pointing out is.
Manica, what's really going on? What's really the problem?
I can tell you what the problem is. The problem is working together.
Let's bring the meeting to
That's the
order. Ms.
concern I
Manica,
have, not
forgive me
just
for
with you,
interrupting you.
with Mr. Shafi, with Ms.
Forgive me for
Thompson, with Ms.
interrupting
Mr. Thomas.
Ms.
I'm
Ms.
saying
Manica.
to you, yes, I hear you, Mr. Thomas,
Ms.
but
Manica.
I don't have a problem. My problem is that I can't tell you what the issue is. And so I'm saying again,
Let's
that,
go ahead.
hey, give the opportunity, you can take the vote, I'm ready to vote.
Yes, ma'am.
But I still have my point to get across. So
I'm
that's
gonna
all
say
I'm
this and I'm
saying
gonna
to
call-
you. I have no problem with
And I'm
that.
gonna call for the vote. This
Councilman
ordinance-
Shafi.
Hold on a second. This ordinance is requesting the online publication.
Let's call the
of
vote.
all full
I
ordinances.
keep telling
for
y'all
public
about
access.
distractions.
And as, just for the record, all the full ordinances are available. You're seeing them on the screen right now. So we'll go ahead and
It
take.
didn't pull up, but
We'll
it's
go ahead and
okay.
take
Let's
the
call
vote.
let's call the vote.
So we have a motion made by Councilman El Shafi for the approval of the resolution, supported by Councilwoman Martin. Would you go ahead and take the roll?
Councilman Ashafi?
No, it does.
Councilwoman Martin?
Yes.
Councilwoman Manica?
No.
Council Pro Tem Robinson?
Yes.
Council President Thomas?
No, motion carries. And so I'm gonna set the timer for 5 minutes. For council affairs, we're gonna start with the councilman from the 3rd district. Go right ahead, sir.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna make this real quick. I'm tired. I'm ready to get out of here.
Doesn't change.
I hope you paid attention to what was going on here tonight. I hope you paid attention. There's an intentional effort to keep you in the dark, to keep you ill-informed, to keep you uneducated, to keep you stupid as to what's going on in this city. If you don't know nothing, you can't say nothing. If you don't know nothing, you can't do nothing. Okay, so there's an intentional effort. Okay, and I want you to understand that, ladies and gentlemen. You're being undereducated intentionally, so they can do what they need to do. I need you to pay attention. I need you to show up. I need you to turn out. I give you a prime example. The issue we're having with our treasurer, they created that issue. They've intentionally stalled her out on her bond. And I don't even like Lisa Stolarski, but she is our treasurer. They try to say that we don't have a treasurer. They told Wayne County we don't have a treasurer, but we do have a duly elected treasurer who's being stalled out on a municipal bond because they want her to put up her own personal property to secure the bond instead of them doing what they're supposed to do, which is pay for the bond since she's an elected official. It's all a game. It's all a ploy. And if you're paying attention, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This clown sitting up here at the top, he may find it funny, but I'm not laughing. He's laughing. And you know why he's laughing? Because he thinks you're a joke. He thinks you're fools. He thinks you're idiots. He thinks you're retarded. He thinks he's the smartest person in the room, and you can hear it in his tone how he talks to you. And if anybody don't pick that up, I don't know what the hell to tell you. If you don't pick up the fact that he think he better than you, I don't know what to tell you. I don't think I'm better than you. I come from you. And I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna fight for you because the rules that we say here today, when I'm out of this seat, I'm subject to them rules. So why would I put something half-assed on you that I'm gonna have to deal with after I'm out of this seat? Right now, I'm protected by the city. They leaving me alone. What happens when I'm out of the seat? What happens when I'm back amongst you? I'm subject to the rules I set in place. And that's what they're not getting. Self-preservation is real, ladies and gentlemen. It's real. We don't make laws to hurt the residents because it hurts us. We protect you because we protecting our goddamn self. So I want you to understand this, and I need you to pay attention, and I need you to continue to show up. I appreciate the multitude of people that showed up here tonight. It's starting to get more busy. Well, we are coming close to election time, and I hope you're paying attention. Because whether I'm here or not, you still have to deal with this. And it's still going to be here, and it's still going to be a problem for you. And if they're here, you're screwed. And I yield back.
Thank you. Ms. Martin, go right ahead.
Everybody have a good night and God bless you.
I'm out too.
Ms. Martin?
Oh, shoot. Thank you, Ms. White. Have a lovely day.
Solidarity is trying to put people in the light, by the way, not the dark.
Sure, that's what you say now.
I'll say it in the future.
Ms. Martin, would you like to go ahead?
Yeah, I'm
Go-
gonna go, Mr. President.
Okay.
Hello, citizens of Highland Park. A couple of things I want to say. One, if any of you want to know what it is that I was talking about, that resolution, I will feel free. I will have no problem talking to any of you about what it is I found out about the website. I still didn't pull up that fencing. I still didn't see it. There's a couple of ordinances that are on that site that we don't see. So that's the one thing I wanted to say. The other thing I wanted to talk about, I have had a couple of citizens talk to me about the billboard that is on top of the strip club and how they want it removed. So I want that to be on record that I brought that up and it's discussed, and what we can do as a citizen to see if we can get that either removed or either a different picture that's on there. Something that welcomes people coming into Highland Park instead of what we see currently. The other thing I wanted to talk about is I wanted to address it to the Eastern Block Club I believe it's on the first block. Contact me and let me know what dates you guys want dumpsters. Second of all, I was also informed to me that Cakes and Shakes had a little bit of harassment going on. I'm curious to find out what that's about. I don't know if it's 100% true, but I heard they closed down. I hope that is not the case. My next thing I wanted to address, I think that is it. Yeah, I think that's it. And that being noted, I'm gonna say thank you for coming out and being with us here at City Council meeting. And I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to Monica.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. I'm going to say that you need to be careful and be mindful of distractions and things that are distracting you. We can continue in this manner as long as you guys want, or you allow it to happen. That was no respect. That was every time he walks out of this room, when it's everybody else time to speak, that's disrespectful. Because on top of that, he does it not to just me and Mr. Thomas. He's doing it to you, Miss Martin. He does it to Miss Robinson. Just happened to be today. She left too. So in other words, I could care less what you're getting ready to say. I don't want to hear it. No, that's what he's saying. I didn't say that's what you're saying, that you may not care, and that's fine. But what I'm saying is that is disrespect, not just to them, to you. It's disrespectful to them. You tell me, teach something, it's not there no more. It's not there. You telling me to educate, but you're not going to sit here and educate me? That's what you have to be aware of, is are you being educated, really, in what's being said to you? We didn't do that to the treasurer. It's in the charter. And if I remember, stand correctly, I wasn't the person who set her bond. The people who wrote the resolution for her set her bond.
Correct.
If we're going to stand corrected. So again, when you're being said something to, Let's actually be educated. And yes, we need lights. We even need other solutions to lights for those businesses. So yes, Cakes and Shakes as well as other places have been vandalized. Now, I don't know if it's harassment, but they have been vandalized. And so that could be something that's targeting us. It may not be. It may be because we don't have lights. But there's real issues that the citizens need to take in. We can go back and forth on the rental all day long. But the biggest thing that's on our plate is nothing happening in the treasurer's office. I made the comment, just because we can pay our taxes, does that take care of the school board? Does that take care of all the other entities that rely on that treasurer department? But we've been on this for a long time. And so I think the mayor said at some point today, we're at the point now that we have to rely on citizens, the governor, and I just can't remember, on the courts to do what we should have done long time ago as city council based on our charter, and we did not. So now, is the rental really the issue? Is the fencing really the issue? Or what's going to happen if we don't get things paid? If we don't get our agreements paid? That's the issue that should be on the table. That's the issue that should be discussed. That's what the citizens should be worried about. Yeah, pay your property taxes. Make sure you do that. But what about all the things that we have contracts with, all the other entities that rely on that department to get it done? And that's it on that. Some pleasant things that are happening in our city is one, New Grace Baptist Church, and I really hope that I did that right. New Grace is on Ford. It's having an excellent resource fair coming up this Saturday. And so their last resource fair, you could even get your license and a whole bunch of other things. So they have, I believe, a mammogram. It's going to be a real huge resource fair. So please think about stopping in. I think they even share food. I'm sorry, I'm doing this because I'm trying to pull up the other one, the pumpkin patch. If you can support that, that's going to be on Hamilton. Why am I saying support that? It's because that is our new businesses in Highland Park that are coming that want to be here. Those are our new businesses that want to be here. And that's Sepia and Aphrodisiac. They haven't completely did all the things that they need to do in regards to, so you don't see a building, but support them because they have been through it all. They still standing in regards to being here. So if you can, that's Saturday, October 25th, 12 p.m. to 4 p.m., 261 Pilgrim Street, Highland Park. So please definitely support them. The mayor mentioned all of the other activities going on. Please adhere to the signs though for constructions of no parking from 7 to 7 p.m. Please adhere to those signage that's out there. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, ma'am.
President.
5 minutes
Everybody have a
for
great
myself.
day. Great evening.
For 5 minutes
Thank
on
you.
myself. It's a beautiful thing about being a teacher because I tell my students, you are exactly who you are all day long. So when we sit in these chairs twice a month, we bring the people that we are into this chair. This is just a small window into our personality. In fact, the entire world, if you will, via the internet is watching us. So this is a very interesting lens. I'm fortunate that I have a wonderful family and great friends and great neighbors. It made my decision to move to Highland Park 25 years ago worth it. 25 years ago, I was a gentrifier. 2 college educated professionals with no kids and 6-figure incomes. And I was a gentrifier. I've been here 25 years and I still have people tell me that I'm not a Highland Parker, even though I've raised 3 children, invested every little penny I got into my community, and I'm still here. All I have to do is go 2 blocks to move into Detroit. It wouldn't be hard, but I'm in Highland Park for the same reason all of our new neighbors are moving here. They look at the location, they look at the quality of homes, and they say, this could be something really nice. And they take care of their homes and they put sweat equity into it and they meet their neighbors and they go, these are some nice people. We actually have a lot in common. It's conveniently located right in the heart of the city of Detroit. So I like when people reveal themselves. As I watch the people cascade out at the end of the meetings, it shows transparency. There's a phrase, I grew up on the east side, throw the rock and hide your hand. My mom used to tell, watch some kids who throw the rock and hide their hand. Those are the real villains among you, okay? So let's talk about October. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. As the judge said when she was here, domestic violence is a plague in our community. It is the number one danger to people in Wayne County. And let me just drive this message home. Using the word home. Everything you care about, everything you love, everything you've accumulated, and all the people that are important to you at home are at home. Domestic violence is bringing violence into your home. The leading demographic for domestic violence, sadly, is women in same-sex relationships. So we're talking about violence on women in our community. Follow not far behind that with violence on children. That's even siblings fighting one another, which is a big problem. Our young people are crashing out, as they say. In your mind, when you think about domestic violence, you think about some belligerent, drunken man forcing his will on somebody out of weakness. Domestic violence is never about strength. It's always a weaker person trying to use violence and coercion to try and force somebody to do something. And so we have to figure a way to get the violence out of our homes. Stop letting the violence come in your home through media. Stop watching these retarded reality TV shows that show the worst of our culture, people fighting in public and yelling and screaming at each other. You know, talk to your children about the music that is rooted in violence. If you listen to I'm gonna punch somebody in the face all day long, you might be inclined to do so. As much as you say I'm having a good time and I'm jumping around, that same energy translates. So I wanted to just to caution the people, this month is about raising a level of awareness around the root causes, and the ultimate losers, obviously, are the youngest people in your family, because they're cultured to assume that violence is the way that they solve problems. We are deeply suffering from a lack of emotional intelligence. And the only way to preserve our community is to meet this where it is and to not allow it. And if you have people who are suffering from situations where violence in the home is common, you need to intervene. You need to intervene. You need to say something. They say you see something, say something. It might be very uncomfortable if your relative is the one that is initiating the acts of violence. It might make you feel uncomfortable, but you could be saving a life, because every other day in the news, you hear about some person being the victim of terminal violence at the hand of a family member or a loved one. That's got to stop, y'all. All the other conversations that we're having are irrelevant if we don't find peace in our home. So with that, I will close out tonight, and the chair will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Have a wonderful evening. 8:57.